How are we doing, guys? Welcome to the preview and the predicted lineup. Fulham against Arsenal. Another game and another chance to get 3 points. And this game is going to have even more significance. And the reasoning for that, obviously, I've recorded this after the round of fixtures on the Saturday. Now, we was expecting Everton against Liverpool. But that game was postponed because of adverse weather. Now, you can look at that one or two ways. Is that an advantage for Liverpool, given the fact that they were missing some players? McAllister was suspended as well. Just come off the back of a really tough trip to Newcastle. And then Everton on the other side have just had a really good 4-0 win. Who knows? It's the last ever, Merseyside derby at Goodison. And under the lights, which it will now be, you never know. And what that does is mean that if we win our game, and I'll get onto that in a moment, and I will say if we win our game, we go 4 points behind Liverpool. Now, they will have this game in hand, but I'd rather points on the board than games in hand. And for however long, the weeks are until this game is played, they will constantly be just in front, And if it was 4 points, for example, and then I don't know what the fixtures are next week with Liverpool and whatnot, but let's say the next round of fixtures, Arsenal play first, win that game. Liverpool go into their game only 1 point clear. Psychologically, it could do a lot of damage to them. We don't know. But we have to win our game. Now, the other flip side of this is that Manchester City drew 2-2 at Crystal Palace. I honestly don't know what to expect from Manchester City anymore. But you're looking at this and you're saying, you know what? Do our job and we go 4 points behind Liverpool. And we also go 4 points clear of Manchester City. And then we can sit back, put our feet up and see what happens in the Chelsea game. And I know at the moment we're all sitting there and saying Chelsea are going to win that one quite comfortably at Spurs. But Spurs are the kind of team that will turn up in this and win, just like they did at the Etihad. It's when they go to the likes of Bournemouth and they play Ipswich and all these teams that they come unstuck. So who knows? But let's go and do our job first. And by all means, this will not be an easy game. Remember, Fulham, they went and beat us last season. They also drew at the Emirates. We're going to need to right a few wrongs. And at the moment, they're playing some good stuff. They're a difficult side to play against. They've only lost 4 games this season. I was watching some of their highlights against Brighton in midweek. And they had a really good win. And, the first half I was thinking, how are Brighton losing? It was an early goal from Iwobi. And then they equalised in the second half and you thought, okay, Brighton will go on and win this. But they ended up losing the game 3-1. And Iwobi scores his second of the game. It was a great goal. And he's going to be a player that you have to watch out for. Obviously playing against Arsenal again in great form. And then, of course, there is Emil Smith-Rowe. We don't need to worry about Reece Nelson. I believe he's injured anyway. But even if he wasn't, he's on loan, which means he wouldn't be able to play regardless. But then you're going to have to worry about the likes of Adama Traore and his ridiculous pace. They're just a very good side. And it won't be an easy game. But we play the way that we have been playing and we should be able to go and get the job done. And with everything I've spoke about already, there should be enough there for the players to look at and say, let's get ourselves, the 3 points and over the line. Team selection is going to be interesting, given the fact that we're playing every, 3-4 days at the moment. We have had an extra day's rest, with Fulham playing on the Thursday. But, travel-wise, it's not major, is it? It's just down the road. It should be okay. And the Storm should have gone as well. I've seen, some of the other games that were played and, there was madness. And Manchester United are even suggesting that, the wind played a part in them losing their game to Nottingham Forest. It ain't the wind, it's just the fact you're shit. Ruben Ten Hag. Listen, is what it is. You're going to have to take it. But yeah, listen, we've taken care of them, and let's not worry about those mid-table teams or mid-table teams. Well, in 13th, so they're not even mid-table, are they? But yeah, listen, let's go and get into the predicted lineup. In goal, David Raya. Very, very simple, very straightforward. Right back, Jurrien Timber. Again, a very straightforward decision for me. Right centre-back, William Saliba. Again, a very, very straightforward decision. Left centre-back, Gabriel. I do believe he will come back in for this game. Despite Kiwior playing well, Gabriel comes back in if he's fit and ready. Left back, I think that Calafiori will come back into the side. I don't think that Zinchenko had a bad game at all. But again, similar to the Gabriel situation, if Calafiori's fit, he starts. It's as simple as that. Moving into the midfield, there'll be some question marks. What do we do here? You know, Thomas Partey came back. Has he got a slight injury and he's kind of playing at 80, 85%? I'm not too sure. I feel that, for this one, Thomas Partey will start. It was a tough one. I was debating whether to put Jorginho in there, but I feel that Thomas Partey will start. On the right-hand side, Bukayo Saka. Again, a very, very straightforward decision. And, he needs to, that big performance in that he does away from home, get goals, assists, and very straightforward. Alongside him, Martin Odegaard. No worries about his partner going into labour and the potential, of him missing the game because he wants to be there for the birth of his son. She gave birth a couple of days ago. Congratulations to him. Very straightforward one. Alongside him, Declan Rice. I thought he was absolutely immense against Manchester United. Looked more like the Declan Rice of last season. Immense. On the left-hand side, this could be very, very interesting. And I do feel there may well be a change here. And I do feel that Trossard might start this game. It could be one of those. Fulham could play quite deep. Might not be a lot of space in behind. Might not be suited for Martinelli in his pace. So I feel that Trossard might start this game. And then up front as the main striker, Kai Havertz. Again, another straightforward one. And I think that, it kind of takes care of business, as they say. But, when you're looking at our games coming up, of course, we are in Champions League action on Wednesday. That's not going to be an easy one, even though it is home advantage to Monaco when you look at where they are in the Champions League group and everything. And then we're playing Everton at home on a Saturday. That should be 3 points in the bag. Then we got the opportunity to rest some players because it's the Carabao Cup quarter final. And I know some people will say you should play players because there's a chance of getting to a semi-final and a trophy. But when you're looking at this schedule, if that's one game you're looking at and you're going rotation a little bit with Wanyeri, etc. and all that coming into the side, then that's it. Then we got Crystal Palace away in the Premier League. Not easy, as it was shown today against Manchester City. And then we're at home to Ipswich Town, day after Boxing Day. Brentford away on January the 1st, and that's not going to be easy. They've got a formidable home record. I believe it's the best in the Premier League, actually, to be fair. Don't quote me on that, but I think it actually is. And then Brighton away. But listen, games are coming thick and fast. If you want to win titles, you've got to win matches. And what we need to do now is continue this momentum, continue our wins, put the pressure on Liverpool, and what will be, will be. So this is the next hurdle. Let's see if we can get over it. So there we go. That is it. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Do you agree or disagree with the lineup? If you do disagree, what would you change and why? If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot very soon. I'm out of here.